Metal Up World, this is CJ with MetalMotivation.com. This is the first episode of a 5-message series on how to exceed your limits without stressing yourself out. This is the first of 5 messages in the Life Domination Online Coaching Program, which you can learn about at the link below. But again, exceeding your limits without stressing yourself out. Do you have a responsibility to exceed your limits? Because I meet more people that have settled for where they are. I've met more people who settled for where they are in terms of their career, where they are in terms of their physical body, where they are in terms of their relationships, where they are in terms of their skill sets, every area of their life. They're tired of striving. They're tired of fighting. They don't necessarily understand, what's the purpose of going beyond where they are right now? Shouldn't they be happy with where they are right now? Am I suggesting something ridiculous, like some kind of materialistic pursuit of some kind of false Western first world idea of success? Absolutely not. When I'm talking about exceeding your limits, I'm talking about exclusively in relation to what you have the capacity to be. Because there is a conscience in you. There is a voice in you that pricks you. There's a voice in you that speaks to you, that knocks on the inside of your mind, reminding you of how much more you have inside you, reminding you of how dissatisfied you may be with where you've reached so far. That's what exceeding your limits is all about. It's about honoring what's inside you. And the best way to honor what's inside you is to multiply it and to make it more. Just when you think you can't, that's exactly when you can. At that moment when you believe you can't go another step, you could actually go 10 more. Believe me, you're not even close to discovering your full capacity. Most often when someone says they can't, they're lying to themselves and they're lying to you. Because we have never been pushed to the place where we've exceeded the limitations that we have. We've never been pushed to the place, maybe, that we've been made uncomfortable enough to get past where we are right now. But quitting is what happens in the mind, man. Quitting is what happens in your mind. It's not what happens to you emotionally. It's certainly not what happens to you physically. We quit in our minds long before we quit in the natural. And that's the thing we have to understand, is that limitations are a mental issue more than they are anything else. Sure, somebody can be physically exhausted. Sure, somebody has actual, literal physical limitations, but that's not what I'm talking about. And I'm not going to die the death of 1,000 qualifications. You understand what I mean by limitations. I'm talking about the ones in your mind, the ones in your belief systems, the ones that are truly holding you back. And the only one that's truly in your way is yourself, right? The only real enemy we have is the one who stares at us in the mirror. It's we who have to get out of our own way. We are the only true obstacle that we have. The only real limitations are the ceilings that we've created in our own minds. Because in actuality, you have the ability to experience 10 times more in most all areas of your life. Financially, relationship-wise, emotionally, in terms of your job, in terms of your skill set, what you have, you're actually capable of 10 times more than what you're presently experiencing. Maybe you've never reached that before. Maybe you've never gotten to that place before. Well, that's the purpose of this 5-message series, is to first challenge the beliefs about your limits and get yourself to honestly ask yourself that question. Can I exceed where I am? Can I experience more? Maybe you won't get to 10 times more, but what about 2 times more, 3 times more, 4 times more? You don't think a 4 times improvement in the relationship with your spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend, kids, or whatever is a improvement in your life? You don't think you're going to enjoy that? You don't think you're going to enjoy 4 times more in terms of your income, 4 times more in terms of your influence, 4 times more in terms of your skill set, 5, 6 times, 7 times more? If there is the capacity and the potential for more, why not seize it? Why not go after it? It's the limits that keep us back, but the limits are those in our minds. The limits are found in our beliefs. And which is why the first step to exceeding all limitations is first believing that there are no limits for you. The only way you're ever going to really exceed your limits is to question what you believe about your own limitations. Question what you believe about the ceilings that are in your life. Are these ceilings real or are they imaginary? Could you push past them? Could I hold a gun to your head and get you to do today what you say you just can't do, what you say you're too lazy to do, what you say you don't feel like doing? Could I put a gun to your head and get you to do it? Absolutely, I could. But we're just at a place to where we've let ourselves get to that point where the limitations are so imposed on us mentally that it takes somebody with a literal gun to our head to get us to do something. But here's the good news about that. If I could, or somebody could put a gun to your head and get you to do that, what does that tell you? It tells you you have more capacity. You have more power than you're presently experiencing. If I could go in there and force you at gunpoint to hit the treadmill or do that unfinished project or whatever it is you've been putting off, if I could get you to do that, what does that tell you? You have more potential. You have more capacity. There are more things that you're able to accomplish, achieve, and experience. So why don't we push past those limits? That's why you should be exceeding your limitations. You can go 10 times more, but you can't get to 10 times more until you first make one more step. You've got to be able to go one more step. You've got to be able to go 1, 2, 3 more steps. And that's all we want to get you to today. That's why I don't want to burden you or stress you out, make you anxious about it, make you feel guilty because you're not living up to that full potential. The purpose of this video series is to get you to see how easy it actually is to slowly boil the frog in water, to slowly push you forward, to slowly and steadily move you forward in a way that, again, exceeds your limits, reinforces your passion and beliefs about exceeding those limits, and does it in a way that doesn't stress you out. In fact, if anything, it'll fire you up even more. It'll get you even more passionate, even more enthusiastic. Becoming better at anything comes down to just doing one more step. That's where we begin. Breaking habits comes down to going one more step. Improving any area of your life comes down to going one more step. Can we just go one more step? Can we just go 5 more minutes? Can we just do a little bit more? Can we just write one more page, read one more page, save one more dollar, work one more hour? Can we just do that much? We do that, and steadily and surely your head will transform and you'll start to experience a brand new life. Is that something that you want, or are you happy with where you are? If you're happy with where you are, ignore the video and everything that I've got to say. If you're unhappy, if you are dissatisfied, then why don't you join me in pushing past the limits? Why don't you join me in changing your beliefs and finally getting and creating the life that you claim you've always wanted? Can you dig that? I hope you can. If you'd like to see the rest of these videos, then you can join me in the Life Domination online coaching program. Just visit the link below. I'd love to have you there. It's less than 70 cents per day. You get one subject per week covered in 5 videos, Monday through Friday. It's all shown in a private Facebook group, which I will give you access to. I'm the administrator, so you'll be working directly with me, along with a host of other subscribers just like yourself, equally committed to maximizing their life for a purpose greater than themselves. So I encourage you, join me in the Life Domination online coaching program. Visit the link below for more information, and I will see you there. This is CJ, the Metal Motivator. And remember, in whatever you do, don't suck. Metal up.